Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue to read the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to read it. So Hector urged his armies. The Trojans roared assent. The fighters loosed their sweating teams from the yokes, tethered them by the reins, each at his own chariots. They herded cattle out of the city, fed sheep too, quickly brought on rations of honeyed mellow wine, and bread from the halls, heaped the firewood high, and up from the plain the wind swept the smoke, the sweetness and the savour swirling up the skies. And so their spirits soared as they took positions down the passageways of battle all night long, and the watchfires blazed among them, hundreds strong as stars in the night sky, glittering around the moons of brilliance, blazing all their glory. When the air falls to the sudden windless calm, all the lookout peaks stand out, and the jutting cliffs, and the steep ravines, and down from the high heavens bursts the boundless bright air, and all the stars shine clear, and the shepherd's heart exhausts. So many fires burned between the ships and the Xanthus whirling rapids, set by the men of Troy, bright against their walls. 1,000 fires were burning there on the plain, and beside each fire sat 50 fighting men, poised in the leaping blaze, and champing cats, and glistering barley, stationed by their chariots. Stallions waited for dawn to mount her glowing throne. Book 9. The Embassy of Achilles. So the Trojans held their watch that night, but not the Achaeans. God-sent panic seized them, comrade of blood-curdling rout. All their best were struck by grief too much to bear. Across winds chop the sea where the fish swarm, the north wind and the west wind blasting out of Thrace. In sudden lightning attack, wave on blacker wave, cresting, heaving a tangled mass of seaweed out along the surf, so the Achaeans' hearts were torn inside their chests. Distraught with the rising anguish, Atreus' son went raging back and forth, commanding heralds to sound out loud and clear and call the men to muster, each by name. But no loud outcry now. The king himself pitched in with the lead heralds, summoning troops. They grouped on the meeting ground, morale broken. Lord Marshals Agamemnon rose up in their midst, streaming tears like a dark spring running down some desolate rock face, his shaded currents flowing. So, with a deep groan, the king addressed his armies. Friends, lords of the Argives, all my captains, Cronus' son has entangled me in madness, blinding ruin. Zeus is a harsh, cruel god. He vowed to me long ago, he bowed his head, that I should never embark for home till I had brought the walls of Ilium crashing down. But now I see he only plotted brutal trickery. Now he commands me back to Argos in disgrace, whole regiments of my men destroyed in battle. So it must please his overweening heart. Who knows? Father Zeus has lopped the crowns of 1,000 cities. True, and Zeus will lop still more. His power is too great. So some, come, follow my orders, obey me, all you Argives, cut and run. Sail home to the fatherland we love. We'll never take the broad streets of Troy. Silence held them all, struck down by his orders. Along, while they said nothing, spirits dashed. Finally Diomedes, lord of the war, cried broken forth. Atreus, I will be first to oppose you in your folly, here in assembly, king, where it is the custom Spare me your anger, my courage, mine was the first you mocked among the Argives. Branding me a coward, a poor soldier, yes, well, they know all about that. The Argives, young and old, but you, the son of Cronus, with Cronus' twisting ways, gave you gifts by halves. With that royal scepter, the Father gave you honor beyond all other men alive. But he never gave you courage, the greatest power of all. Desperate men, so certain are you, the sons of Archaea, are cowards. Poor soldiers, just because you say so. Desert, if your spirit drives you to sail home, then sail away, my king. The sea lanes are clear. There are your ships of war crowded down the surf, those that followed you from Mycenae, your own proud armada. But the rest of the long-haired Achaeans will hold out right here until we've plundered Troy, and they, if they go running home to the land they love, then the two of us, I and Sthenelus here, will fight our way to the fixed doom of Troy. Never forget, we all sailed here with God. And all the Achaeans shouted their assent, steered by the stallion-breaking Diomedes' challenge. But Nestor, the old driver, rose and spoke at once. Few can match your power in battle, Diomedes, and in counsel you excel all men your age. So no one could make light of your proposals, not the whole army. Who could contract you? But you do not press on and reach a useful end. How young you are, why you could be my son, my youngest born, at that, though you urge out the kings with a cool, clear sense. What you've said is right, but it's my turn now, Diomedes. I think I can claim to have some years on you, so I must speak up and drive the matter home, and no one will heap contempt on what I say, not even mighty Agamemnon. Lost to the clan, lost to the herds, lost to the old ways, that one who lusts for all the horrors of war with his own people. But now, I say, let us give way to the dark night, set out the evening meal. Sentries take up posts, squads, fronting the trench we dug outside the rampart. There is the command I gave the younger fighters. Then, Atreus, lead the way. You are the greatest king. Spread out a feast for all your senior chiefs. That is your duty, a service that becomes you. Your shelters overflow with the wine Achaeans' ships bring in from terrace. Daily, down the sea's broad back, grand hospitality is yours. You rule so many men. Come, gather us all, and we will heed that man who gives the best advice. That is what they need. I tell you, all the kings, good sound advice. Now our enemies, camping hard against the ships, kindle their watchfires round us by the thousands. What soldier would want to do that? Tonight's the night. They rip our ranks to shred or pull us through. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.